What up,
Welcome everybody to On the Break. I'm just fucking with you. Go ahead.
What up, everybody? We're on the break. You got the local hero. You got my man Ken, bro. This is a sports show that we decided to put on here, where we're gonna have different guests. We're gonna talk about different topics from the NBA, college. We ain't gonna talk about WNBA. Hey, look, let's get to the point where we on right now. First of all, Ken, bro, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm alright. How about you, man?
I'm good.
Just living this
What you
fabulous
drinking
life.
over there? I see you sipping over there. You sipping.
Just pulled a little plantation. I just pulled rum. Some really good rum.
I got the same type of rum, but not the same type. I got Irish.
Yeah. I just got the 5-year rum.
Okay, that's a good one. All right. So let's go ahead and get into this, man. We ain't gonna go ahead and keep the people waiting. This sports show is gonna differ from other sports shows, because on this sports show, we're gonna keep it straight down the middle, and we are gonna be biased, but we're only gonna be biased to a few people. Kobe and Mike is not touchable
when it's necessary.
Yeah, Kobe and Mike
biased when it's necessary.
They're not touchable. Although Mike is an asshole, I will agree with anybody who says he is. All right, let's get into the topic. The NBA, dude. The NBA has been crazy. Like, it's been crazy.
Tell me about it.
Man, first of all, let's talk about this Draymond situation. Let's talk about the incident, and let's talk about the punishment, man. Did you see the play?
I didn't see it live, but I saw the replay of it. And I wasn't expecting, some shit like this quick. Like, I was expecting him to do some more crazy shit, but not this goddamn quick. Like, it was like only like what, a couple weeks since the last incident, and it's like, I guess losing really affects you, because it seemed like this only happened when the team started losing and things not looking so good, and so. But yeah, I wasn't expecting it this quick. But it seems like, I don't know, because I remember last year we was watching not last year, 2 years ago, when they was in the finals, and we were talking about how he looked like a deer caught in the headlights. Like, I think it's, and I ain't trying to make any excuse for the buffoonery he be doing, but it looks like it's something going on with him, man, and I think he need to go seek help sooner than later. But that doesn't excuse your behavior, though.
All right, my honest opinion, I think he's a clown. I think he's always been a clown. I think he's a bully.
True.
And I remember I said this, and I wish the person that I said this to would see this. I said that Draymond Green and Dillion Brooks is the same player. The only difference is Dillion has a little more talent than Draymond.
I remember you saying that, though.
You can forget. Oh, it's in writing. You can forget anything. Anything can be forgotten if you win it. If you start losing, that's when the shit start hitting the fan. Here's the thing with this dude, though, right? We are holding this guy to this high standard where he doesn't even average double figures in any statistical category. He doesn't. He doesn't average over 10 points in scoring. He doesn't even average 10 points in scoring. He doesn't average 10 points in rebound. He doesn't average 10 points in assists. And this is a starting power forward. He's starting. He's giving you 7 points starting. We looked it up yesterday. Tyler Hero, who plays a lot less minutes last year, was 6th man of the year, and he scored 20. So why are we giving this guy max contracts? Why are we holding this guy to this high standard when he has been underachieving his whole career? And honestly, if it wasn't for Steve Kerr, he should be thanking Steve Kerr. His ass would be over in China sitting on the bench, or he'd have been out the business right now. This guy is not that good, and there's gonna be a lot of people that hate me. I don't know how the fuck he got into 4 All-Star games. How do you put this dude in the 4 All-Star games? Like, really?
Hey, I mean, like, at the end of the day, All-Star is based on votes of the fans. So
I'm asking the people that voted
fans,
for him.
man.
I'm asking the people that voted for him. How do you put this dude in an All-Star game? He's an EBT Dennis Rodman. He's not a broke man Dennis Rodman. He's an EBT Dennis Rodman. He's a weak Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, I mean, And it was funny when Charles started, saying that he averaged a quadruple single a game, and I never really paid attention to it. I knew that like he wasn't putting up numbers like that, but then when Charles said that, I really started looking at the shit like, damn, he might be on to something.
My problem is, look who he always look at him. He always getting on motherfuckers he know ain't gonna get back with him. Like I love to see if Boogie was playing, would he try that shit with Boogie Cousins? Like if Ron Artest was still in the NBA, would he try that shit with Ron Artest? Like I be watching it, who he be trying that shit with. Now, he be trying that shit with people who he think ain't gonna get back at him, and he gonna run into the wrong motherfucker one day.
Yeah, he ain't gonna do it with them Jokic brothers.
Yeah, them motherfuckers is deep and they big. But we talked about the incident. Let's go into the punishment. Do you think the punishment was fair though?
I think the punishment is far too late. Like I think this punishment should have came a little bit earlier, or at least not this in particular. Maybe something like of a higher consequence than what he'd been previously getting.
Maybe the UFC like this move should have got this, huh?
Yeah. And I'm just mad that it took this long and this level of fuckery for him to finally get like a punishment of substance or something that really is gonna make him, like, I guess, reflect, because every time you slap a kid on the wrist for doing fucked up shit, they just gonna think about what more fucked up shit they can do. Now he's on a fucking indefinite timeout. Now you finna lose no telling how much money after you just fucking pretty much try to fucking get as much money as you can out to go to State Warriors. Now you ain't getting that money at all. Now what type of shit is that?
If we being honest, let's be honest. He wanted to go somewhere else, right? Nobody else wanted him. Nobody else wanted to deal with that shit, and he didn't do enough to even garner that type of attention. So when he realized that, hey, I'm not as good as I thought I am, and he doesn't, like you say, he doesn't like losing, man, I gotta get out this game. You had the chance to be the man when Thompson and Curry was injured, and you was trying to get kicked out of every game. You didn't want to be there. Like, bro, come on, man. You tried to jump on LeBron to try to get to motherfucking LA. LeBron wouldn't, like, nah, we don't want you here. So then you jump back on Steph talking about how great of a player he is. He's one of the best ever. When you sat there in the summer talking about how LeBron is the greatest ever, he's the greatest you've ever seen, ignoring your teammate. This dude right here,
I'm sorry,
is just, to me, he knows. He knows. Like, he regressed really fucking quick. Yeah. Like, he didn't even really have a prime. I think his highest average was 14 a game. Like, he is scoring what a motherfucking 7th or 8th man off the bench is scoring. He's not scoring a starting any position type points. He's not putting up a starting power 4 rebounds. He's not doing any of that. I'm just trying to figure out, does he have pictures of Steve Kerr or Luke Walton or the owner? Like, he got pictures of these dudes. Like, why is he there? Why would you trade? Why would you give up Jordan Poole? And people saying, well, Jordan Poole is struggling. Jordan Poole is still doing more than fucking Draymond. Like, why would you give up Jordan Poole for him? That's when he hit Jordan Poole, the team should have said, hey, you need to go on. We giving you a 10-game suspension. We don't care what the league give you. We giving you a 10-game suspension because the shit got out, and now we have to quell this. We have to calm this down and show you that you can't be running around like this.
But as a team, man, you gotta have the balls to do it. You know, because like nowadays they try to, unless you Kyrie Irving. Other than that, they try to fucking, walk on eggshells and try to keep you happy as much as possible, unless you Kyrie Irving. Other than that, most of these teams is not gonna fucking pass down no kind of significant punishment unless you Kyrie Irving. To even try to set a player like into the mindset of where he need to be at as far as this organization and represent this organization to the best of his abilities and making the organization look good. They're not gonna do nothing to you unless you Kyrie Irving. But that's not the point, though. The point is, I don't think the Golden State Warriors have it in them to discipline this player on their own, unless they had Kyrie Irving. Then they probably would do it. But other than that, I feel like finally he's getting some kind of fucking punishment that fucking matters, and hopefully, just calm down. Because like at this point, it becomes a point. It comes a difference between being a fucking enforcer or just a fucking nuisance or whatever you want to call it, a terrorizer or whatever. Because like, yeah, enforcer, you give motherfucker. If you're an enforcer, you give a motherfucker a fucking hip check real quick. You might give him a little shoulder. You might even just give him probably knock him out the L. Y'all both go up, you knock him out the L, whatever. Shit that still falls in the lines of a basketball play.
So let me ask you a question.
None of this shit he doing is a basketball play. Kicking niggas in the nuts, it's not a basketball play.
So that you brought
backhand UFC punching somebody, it's not a basketball play.
Well, since you brought that up,
choking the nigga is not a basketball play.
Since you brought that up, let me ask you this: is there really in this day and time in the NBA, is there a need for an enforcer? I believe they just gave him that position to try to keep him in the league, because really there is no need for an enforcer. This ain't the 80s. This ain't the 90s. There's no need for an enforcer.
Because I don't believe it's no need for no enforcers out there outside of Draymond Green that needs some kind of fucking role on this team. Outside of that, I don't really see no enforcers out there, because pretty much everybody is buddy. It's a buddy league now. Everybody's friendly. You only have like certain people that probably like look at the opposition as the opposition. When you're looking at like somebody like Giannis, he don't work out with. Well, he claimed he don't work out with other stars outside of his team during the summer. Then you have fucking Anthony Edwards that he kind of used the opposition team, shit talking as fuels to go dunk on the whole fucking team. Outside of that, you really don't have too much of a need for an enforcer, because everybody's buddy once the game is over with.
Okay, so let's go ahead and close this out, but let's close this out with this question. I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna let you answer. Okay, we're gonna close it out. You're gonna have the last word on this.
Mm-hmm.
Do the Warriors need Draymond Green? I don't think, and I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say Draymond Green he's smart. He's convinced this team that's scoring 7 points a game, 7 points through his career, 5-6 rebounds, 6 assists is enough to get you $100 million contract. He's not the number 3 scorer. He's not the number 4 scorer. We were talking about going back to the finals when he was catching that ball during the headlights. He's freezing with the ball. If it wasn't for Steph Curry and it wasn't for what's my man's name?
Jordan Poole.
Not Jordan Poole.
Wiggins.
If it wasn't for Andrew Wiggins, they would have lost that.
Yeah.
They took over the game, because as much as you talk all this shit, and let's be clear, I do love a good trash talk. But you ain't that dude. You're not that dude. You're not. We can't compare you to anybody who was of starting caliber. Like, we'll have to compare you to like Luke Longley or Bill Walton or some. Not Bill Walton. Luke Longley or Bill Winnington or somebody. We have to compare you to let's say Bill Cartwright after the injury. Not when he was with New York balling his ass off. When he came to Chicago, we got to compare you to people like that, because we can't compare you to a Dennis. Dennis was getting anywhere from 12 to 18 fucking 12 to 19 rebounds a game. 2-time defensive player of the year. He only had 2 all-star games. How? That's because we judged harsher back then. We were so much harsher on the players back then than motherfuckers is now, because y'all, I don't know, man. This new generation accept mediocrity. They allow mediocrity and then they cool with it. Like, I don't get it. But I don't think they need him. I think they should have kept Jordan Poole. I think him in the starting lineup stunts a lot of growth for a lot of these young players who could be producing at a very high clip. And even if they ain't a high clip, they could be producing mid-level and do better than him. So I turn the floor over to you.
I'm gonna say, well, first let me address something you just said earlier. Yes, I do like trash talk as well. I do like a little physicality within the confines of playing basketball.
Mm-hmm.
When we talk about how physical and how tough the basketball was back in the 90s, we talking about physical and tough defense.
Mm-hmm.
We're not talking about the 80s when they was punching people in the fucking face.
Mm-hmm.
We're not talking about that type of shit. So let me say that. But like I said, I love a good physical game. I love trash talking. But do they need this current version of Draymond Green? No. Now, if we was talking about, what was that, 2015 Draymond Green? If he was still that, then yeah. But this current Draymond Green, no. Because they won the championship 2 years ago in spite of having Draymond Green on the roster. And as we all know, he barely even scored those series. He was leaving the game most of the time with goose eggs. So no, they don't need him. Do they want to kind of keep him around because he a quote unquote legacy player to the whole dynasty that they build right now? Then yeah, maybe. Maybe you need it for more. Maybe you need him there for morality because he's been there through thick and thin, or whatever the case may be. But do you need him? No, not at all. And I'm glad. And then to touch another point that you just brought up, I'm kind of glad that he finally did fuck himself to get. Well, I ain't gonna say glad because I don't want to, be that type of person. I'm glad he did get suspended so he can have some type of reflection, but personally, I'm not like celebrating it, But also, I'm glad that fucking people like Jonathan Kuminga, I forgot his name, something Moody.
Moody, yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad that they probably gonna get some more playing time because they have far too much young talent on their bench that barely get any fucking playing time to just be sitting there.
Mm-hmm. Now, with that being said, we're gonna go on to the next topic. But I want to, the term we use for what Draymond doing, county ball. If you're from Chicago, you know what I'm talking about. He playing county ball. That's what he's playing. It's not physical. It's not the physicality like you said within the confines of the game, where it's a hard foul. It's him being petty, him being frustrated that he ain't out there playing better than what he's playing. But off that motherfucker, on to the next one. Giannis, 64-point game, 64 points.
It's his first one, ain't it?
That's his high. That's his career. That's his career high.
I'm talking about this is his first 60-point game in general. Do you know?
I don't know.
I'd probably have to look that up.
I have to look it up, but yeah. So he dropped 64. Dropped it on Pacers' head.
Mm.
Do you think? No, let me rephrase this. To you, who are the top two head runners for MVP this year? And does that put him in the conversation if he's not in your list, your top two?
Honestly, the way that the Bucks are constructed, even though they did pick up Damian Lillard, and I'm not trying to like make him minuscule him because he's a fucking, he's one of those guys.
He number 5 on the 3-point list at that game. Yes. They had two first. He's number 5 on the list, and then you had Antetokounmpo getting a 64.
Yeah. So with all that being said, if you look at this roster and how the Bucks roster's been constructed all the time, I mean for the last few seasons, Giannis is like already like in the MVP conversation before the season started. I understand they got Damon Lillard now, which kind of solidifies the team as being a championship team, as a championship team caliber contender, I should say.
Yeah.
But still, the way this team is constructed, Giannis is always going to be in the talks of MVP, and all it matters is he playing up to that potential? And in my opinion, he is. So he's already in the talks. You got Jokic. I'm sorry, I know a lot of media people. I know everybody gonna be mad. Oh, Jokic is also it's the second person at the top that I believe is top 2 in MVP votes for this season.
Yeah, my opinion different. Of course, I'm going to put Giannis in there, but I'm going to also put Joel Embiid. This motherfucker has been going crazy. He's averaging around 30 points a game. He has been going fucking crazy. If the Sixers don't get it done, it's not his fault this year, unless he fade away in the playoffs like he always do. Yeah. If he can stay this type of consistent in the playoffs, if they fall apart, you got to put it on the team.
See, that's the problem right there. See, for the last fucking few seasons, everybody want to rank this MVP thing on playoffs. So if we gonna keep following this same trend, which is stupid as fuck, they gotta, because the MVP is a regular season. The regular MVP season now, right? MVP is say what?
They got to play off MVP now, don't they? You got the Larry Bird, and Magic Johnson award now, don't you?
No, those are East and West MVPs.
Okay, so you still get it for the player. Okay, I'll just make it clear. Go ahead.
Yeah, you still get it for the player, but
go ahead.
But if we gonna keep following this stupid ass trend that taking a regular season MVP award and try to attach playoff experience on it, I can't.
No, I'm not. I'm not attaching.
No.
Okay.
No, I know you're not, but I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying I can't do it if we follow this dumbass trend. Yeah, I can't put, or you shouldn't put Joel Embiid in the MVP talks because we can't put him in the talks for a regular season MVP when with his playoff history because this shit's stupid as hell. But anyway, in my personal opinion, I can't argue with you putting him at number 2 because right now it's number 2. Number 3 can be interchangeable the way you look at it. Like you could 1, 2, and 3. It's looking like Giannis, Embiid, and the Joker, like the last few seasons been. So it's like it's not really much changing there. So
it's true. No, but let me. But my thing is like that because as we saw, there's not even going to MVP. It's just me saying that because he's gotten a lot of blame for the team falling apart. Well, and deservedly so, especially last year with him and Harden performing the way they performed, and they're trying to throw the team under the bus. And I'm like, but hold on, like you had fucking damn, what's my man name? That forward that they spent a bunch of fucking money on.
Tobias Harris.
Tobias Harris outscored y'all, both of y'all. So you can't, like I said, he needs to play strong. This is outside of MVP. If he plays strong in this playoffs and they don't win, if I'm him, I'm going somewhere else. But that's another story. But I definitely put them 3 in there. And I think if AD can stay healthy, AD could be number 4 on that list.
Not even if he just stayed healthy. If he play like he can, like he's deserving of being in MVP talks, because he can he's so up and down. It's like he can score 10 points, 9 rebounds one game, and then turn around, drop 40 and 20 rebounds in the next game, and then the next game, he like 8 points and fucking 16 fouls.
But here's what it separates to me.
If he can stay a little bit more consistent.
To me, here's what separates AD and a Joker in this category as well. The defense. Both of them are great rim protectors. Don't get me wrong. Embiid is a good rim protector too. Giannis can be, but he's not really a defensive-minded person like that. If we just going out score, then yeah. If we want to put something extra to kind of like put somebody over the top, those 2 to me are better defenders, and they will put them over the top. But Giannis was on that game. Giannis was on a whole nother level, a whole nother planet, and I think that was Giannis saying, "Hey, yeah, y'all motherfuckers, Motherfuckers act like y'all forgot about Dre. He was just reminding y'all, like, hold on.
Exactly.
Y'all talking all this shit, all this in-season shit about LA, which nobody cares about. You talking crazy, talking about,
fuck that shit.
This team, this team, and this team, and this team, but we still here. We still certified. I think that was his game to show motherfuckers, like, yo, I'm him. He been showing people that, but he was just reminding you, hey, I'm still him. Which it amazes me that he's not in the talks. Like when we talk about the best players in the world, KD is not playing consistently, and we still putting KD in that category. We got to take KD out that category and put Giannis in there.
Yeah, but you can't do that because, you know, Giannis is not from America. You know, like everybody, you know, they shit on a lot of the European players because they're not from America, so they try to lift the American players. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't care.
KD,
hey, I'm not going to be mad. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to be mad if you got KD as one of the best. If you got Giannis as the best, not the best. I'm not mad at any of that. But you can't shit on a motherfucker or try to disqualify a motherfucker because he's not from America. That's all I'm saying.
If KD healthy, Giannis ain't fucking with KD. In any aspect.
Mm-hmm.
Because Giannis, we know what Giannis do. He gonna drop his shoulder, he gonna go to the cup, and he gonna score. But motherfucking KD is dangerous anytime he touch the ball. Once he get past half court, and I mean one step past half court, he's dangerous.
Yeah,
and that's what I think Dame Lillard brings to the Bucks. He the same way. Once he touch that ball and gets one step over the half court line, you got a motherfucker that's dangerous.
Mm-hmm. Shit, he showed you in the All-Star game last year that shit. You probably have to guard him a step behind the fucking half court line, because he can hit that shit back there with ease. But I feel like with Giannis being so dominant and so strong going to the bucket, I feel like the most dangerous person is the person that can take advantage of the mid-range, because most defenders nowadays gonna do one or two things. They're gonna guard you for the 3-point line, or they're gonna guard you from getting to the bucket. Now you have all that space from the 3-point line to the box, where they probably not gonna guard you as tough.
I would guard Giannis. I would give him the 3, and when he come down, we're gonna collapse on him. This is when Giannis really he's in the position where he has Middleton and he has Dame. His assists is finna go through the roof because he's gonna draw a triple team down there. That's when he kick that motherfucker out and let them go ahead and do their thing. If Middleton, because Middleton is streaky. If Middleton ain't hit them first 2, it's gonna be a long night. Dame will turn it on whenever. So if Middleton ain't getting it, let's hit Dame. Let's feed Dame. And you're gonna have to play Dame. You got to guard Dame. So now it's a 1-on-1. And that's right there is when Giannis is gonna eat. And that's what I think the Pacers was kind of worried about. Like, yo, if we double him and we let Dame do it, Dame is gonna get off. So we can't do that no more. So now it's a 1-on-1
Somebody gonna get 60 tonight. Somebody gonna get 60 tonight.
You're not doing
who you want it to be.
Downhill, you're not stopping that man downhill. He's gonna do his thing. It's like kind of like back in the day when with Shaq and Jordan. That's what made them so special. They gonna get their points. Yeah. We can't let these other motherfuckers score.
Exactly. That's how Utah was. Yeah, that's how Utah was able to sweep the Lakers though 2 times, because they looked at it like, we ain't gonna do shit. We can't do shit with Shaq. Let him get his 30 points. Ain't nobody else scoring though.
That's how you got to play. And that's how Giannis is. Giannis is gonna get his points. We can't let him get 64 though.
No.
We can't allow that. We got to stop some of that shit. And he did it. And the way he did it was historical because he did it around the basket in front of the free throw line.
Mm-hmm.
Not one trade piece.
And that's the thing that I was getting at when I was talking about how people defend you nowadays. If you a motherfucker that can take advantage of that space in between the 3-point line and the paint, you dangerous, because the defense is too worried about you getting to the cup and laying up or dunking or stepping back and take a 3. They not ready for you to pull up for the 2. So if you can consistently hit in that area, like a DeMar DeRozan,
Mm-hmm.
like a KD.
Mm-hmm.
Paul George plays in that area a lot. If you can hit in those areas, you are dangerous because now they don't know where you're gonna pull up at.
Mm-hmm.
But they still in the head they gonna be all they gonna worry about is the layup dunk or the 3-pointer. They're not gonna worry about the stop and pop or the pull up mid range or the turnaround fadeaway. They're gonna try their best to defend it, but they're not gonna, ball hawk you at that point. So when you can dominate in that area, you're dangerous.
All right, so let me close this out. But let me close this out saying this, and maybe you could expand on this. Maybe you might agree, maybe you not. I think if Giannis get a floater, like if he can get a floater and put that bitch up like outside of the box, it's gonna really, really open up his game. Because now, motherfuckers, now you got to play him. Like I said, you got to play him honest. He got that floater. He can put that bitch up before he gets to the box. Now you worried about the floater. And again, it's going to boost his assist. Because now, oh shit, we got to get up on this motherfucker. Somebody going to be open. And Dame could get you 50.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what you got to be worried about.
Yeah. And it's not so much just developing a floater. Like I was saying earlier, it's taking advantage of that spot before you get to the paint.
Is it too late though?
Whether it be a floater, whether it's a floater or like a little jump shot.
Is it too late for him to develop?
You don't have to be. Not necessarily.
A jumper, not the floater. I'm talking about like a pull-up jumper. Do you still got time for it?
I'm not even talking about like necessarily a pull-up jumper. Just, because anybody can, but it's still not too late. I don't, because like a lot of people, there's some people that can develop in different areas once they get a little older, because that's what a lot of the hardcore dunker do. Because a lot of the people that can dunk and jump out the rim like at an early age, most of them don't really be good jump shooters. But the older they get, the more they develop a jump shot.
Vince.
So I believe he can develop a jump shot at this point right now. And consistently hit it. If he can get to that point where he can have a nice floater or even just a little quick stop and pop.
Okay. Okay, let's go into this then. Yeah, we saw the game. Now, what about after the game? What about after the game when he was going for the game ball? Do you think that event took away from what he did on the court?
I don't know. It's kind of like a yes or no situation. So it's like, I think it looked bad, like the way he was running over to the Pacers locker room, the way he was running over there, and the route I don't know if he had to take that route or he elected to take that route. It just looks bad. I get why he did that, and I understand. And I'm not taking anything from it, but I'm just saying optically, visually, it looks bad.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like you trying to run over there and fight somebody, especially, how hard he was running.
Mm-hmm. So do you think it was petty of the Spurs? I mean, not the Spurs. What if I'm saying Spurs? You think it was petty of the Pacers to not give him that game ball?
It depends on how you look at it. Because at the end of the day, they felt like they was well in their right to decide who get the game ball. Mm-hmm. Even if they wasn't. I don't know who was in it right. Like if I'm a Bucks fan, yeah, I believe they petty. But I believe they feel like they had the right to tell who can get the ball. And like either one of them had an argument of who gets the game ball. I feel like maybe Giannis might be a little bit more historic because he already who he is, and the rookie guy might not amount to much, but to him the ball would have been a little bit more sentimental because it was the ball he shot his first 2 points, but it will only. This moment will only look bad if that rookie becomes the next face or he becomes that guy. But if he don't, then we gonna forget about this whole situation.
I would say do it like this. This is how I would did it. When Giannis hit that, obviously you can't say that because he hit the points before that. Damn it. I mean, I was trying to think of a diplomatic way where both of them can get a ball because I do understand this is your first points. You want to memorize, you want to commemorate that. But let's be honest, nobody came to see you. Nobody came to see you, Otis. We don't know. We don't know who you are. This is Giannis.
It's about the temptations.
I get it though. I get it. You want to remember. It's like when you hit a fucking home run. When you hit a home run in baseball, you get the game ball. Your first home run, you get the game ball. That's understandable. I get it. You want to commemorate that. You want to put on that first NBA ball. Is it a way? I would say this. Let's split the ball in half, right? Or let's take the skin off the ball. Oh, I got a better idea. Let's take the skin off the ball. Take the hide off the ball. You take one half of it and you put another hide on the ball and be like, okay, this is your game ball, Giannis. You got your 64. You take the other half and then you put another half with it. This is your game ball. This is your first points. And do it like that. But I do understand why Giannis was upset. That's it. Yo, he been looking his whole career. He been working for this. You got to think. Nobody thought Giannis was going to be who Giannis is. He never, nobody paid attention to him. When he went to the Bucks, he was a skinny little Greek kid. Nobody paid attention to him. We didn't think he was going to be there.
He was little.
And he came out and he's that. He's him right now. So, yeah, I want that ball because I want to have that ball when you come to my house. I want to, first thing you see when we got cameras on. Hey, yeah, I scored 64 with this ball right here for, all the naysayers right here. I get it. But then when you score your first 2 points, you got the same attitude. Yeah, people say I wasn't going to make it to the league. I got my first 2 points with that ball. I made it. I made it to the league. I scored these 2 points on world champions.
Yeah, well, I mean, to kind of be a little diplomatic about and try to help you out, because like your idea was pretty cool, but what if they, had multiple game balls, right? Before the game started. Mm-hmm. They all, select the ball. So say like at halftime.
Like how football
if this dude score, if this dude score his first 2 points within the first half or whatever, which he probably would. At that point, we switch the ball out, and he get that ball he scored, 2 points with. Even though it kind of takes away from Giannis because most of his points is on that ball. Mm-hmm. But on the back end, once he get the 60-something points, he get this ball.
Yeah,
this the ball that took you to the promised.
If you score 30 in the first half, you already done. You don't score 30 before, so I mean, you ain't gonna score 30 in the first half. I'm just saying, you breaking records. You ain't Klay Thompson. But if you do, that'd be different. But if you get maybe you going to the half with 20 points, okay, yeah. Now we can switch over to another ball, and this is the ball you did work with. I get you. I get you. That's definitely something to think about right there. Either idea is good. I think the NBA though has to address that situation because both of them have a very valid point and argument to the game ball. Mm-hmm. And I do think I gotta agree with you. Without context, if you're watching this 5 years from now, it's gonna look wild. It's gonna look really wild. It's gonna look like the Malice in the Palace or some shit. It's gonna look really wild.
Yeah, because I heard of the situation of the game ball, but I didn't know what the whole thing about the game ball was. I did see the clip after knowing the situation with the game ball, but I didn't see what happened. But me just looking at the clip and not putting 2 and 2 together, I instantly thought damn, what the fuck they do to Giannis? Why he finna go over here and whoop somebody's ass? That's what it looked like.
Yeah, it was
That's
wild.
what it looked like.
It was definitely wild. It's like you said, the optics of that shit was wild. It was wild as hell. Damn, Giannis on some G shit. What the fuck? He been in Milwaukee too long. He must been hanging with the folks.
I know, right? It was crazy.
They don't let Giannis in the door.
Yeah, but if we like we were saying, man, if it came down to it, and I really have to fucking decide who I'm gonna get his game ball to, I would definitely give it to Giannis because
it was historic.
he is historic, and he's already that guy.
Yeah.
Like, we don't know if this rookie guy gonna be that guy. Not trying to fucking pigeonhole him or nothing, anything like that. Like, he might be that guy, and then maybe we probably have to revisit this situation and be like, damn. In retrospect, maybe he should have got that ball, because now look at what these dudes became. But as of right now, we can't. At least me personally, I can't justify giving them
the jury's out. I definitely give you Giannis. Yeah, the jury's out. All right, so let me go ahead. We got two more topics. Let's get into these last two. Number one, Dillion went back to motherfucking Memphis. He went back to Memphis. They gave that man what's we're looking for?
Standing ovation or appreciation.
They gave one of the video packages.
Yeah, the little appreciation.
The appreciation. He got cleared up. It was, he got very emotional, and then he went and put 26 on their fucking head.
Why you had to say that so rough at the
end? So do you think right now Memphis is regretting giving up Dillion Brooks with the situation that they have without just getting D Rose is injured again? You don't have Ja at this moment, and they're not performing well.
Even without this situation in the state that they're in right now, I still think it was already a bad look when they let him go the way they let him go. I still feel like she should have still been there, because even though he had antics and he was doing whatever, he still was averaging 14 points a game or some shit like that.
What? Go ahead. Yeah, I'm gonna let you finish that. I'm gonna have a question after this. Go ahead. He
still was, producing. Some of his his antics wasn't as egregious as somebody else's, but they can be a distraction. Yes, I'm not gonna take nothing away from that, but yeah, he still contribute to winning when at times. I ain't gonna say when necessary or whatever, because they didn't win shit, but still, he still contribute to team success. If he was a total distraction and he wasn't contributing, get him the fuck out of here. But he was still contributing. I feel like, and plus he young, so you gotta rein him in. He ain't like no fucking old 35-year-old out here punching people in the face with a backspin, kicking motherfuckers in the nuts and shit, and choking motherfuckers. Like, you 35 and doing that shit, you gotta get the fuck out of here. But you 20-something and you just doing immature shit. Like I personally don't see nothing wrong with him talking shit to LeBron while they play. Yeah, this the motherfucker I'm playing. I'm finna talk shit to this guy. So in the confines of the shit that he did, I don't see any reason to get rid of the guy.
My question would be, what's the difference between what he does and what Draymond does? He's Draymond without the unnecessary violence. You need a guy that's talking shit and getting the team, and that's what he did, and that's what Draymond used to do. Talk shit, get the team fired up without doing all that unnecessary shit. The only difference is he scored more than Draymond.
Yeah.
So he was talking shit and getting the team fired up. I believe him and Ja will play great off each other. They will feed really good off each other. I think in Houston has a nice young team, and Houston is going to start moving up. But I believe that when they let him go, I think that was the dumbest thing they could have done to me. That was stupid. I don't believe that was a smart move, and I believe they did it under pressure from people like Draymond, people like LeBron, because they're like, "Oh, he's gonna be in China next year." If you move him to China and you keep Draymond in the league, you fucking bugging.
Yeah, that's some fuck shit right there. I don't care how many rings they do got. Ain't like he was the bus driver. He was the bus rider. Matter of fact, he was on the back of the bus. But yeah, go ahead and finish what you're saying.
He wasn't even a mechanic on the bus. He changed the oil. Like
he loaded the team luggage.
He got the luggage. He was a luggage carrier. But he was a ticket salesman, better yet. he sold a lot of Wolf tickets. But yeah, that's my. I don't think it was a good look for them. I think that they lost some of their edge. I think they could use him right now, especially with the situation that's going on. And with that, we're gonna segue into this. You already know, 13 more games. Killer coming back to the court.
Why you got to preface him like that?
Ja been down there hanging with them folks too. Ja been down there with them folks, man. He was probably at the GD party. But no, he was down there like, yeah, on Larry. But shout out to all my folks, man. No disrespect. Y'all know I fuck with y'all. But do you think at this point of the year that Ja could make a big enough difference and cause a big enough turnaround where they can get out of the hole that they're like they can start getting back to being contenders?
They still in the West, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know about contenders.
At least playoff round.
Maybe play in.
Who?
Maybe play in.
If you put Ja on that team, who's better than that? Because you got a couple locks. We already know the Lakers. I don't know if the Lakers gonna make it, but we know.
No.
Damn, who in the West? I'm trying to think who in the West.
Because
Minnesota's definitely gonna make it. Sacramento's gonna make
it. I believe Minnesota as of right now is number one.
Mm-hmm. Sacramento gonna make it.
Sacramento's there because I think Golden State is like somewhere down the bottom.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, hold on.
Because I got three things. I got right now. Let me see who I think can come out of the West. You got, of course, like you said, you got Minnesota. You got Sacramento, who's, man, don't sleep on Sacramento. You better pack a lunch. Then you have, I think that the Thunder could slide in. I think that Houston could slide in. The Lakers might make it in. I think the Clippers, as of right now, they're playing good. They can get in. But you got two spots, and I can't think of two more teams.
I'm not saying that they can't get into
definitely Dallas. I forgot about Dallas.
Okay, so
you got one more spot. Right, I can't think of nobody because I don't see.
So you got Minnesota at number one. You got the Nuggets at 2. Mm-hmm. You got Thunder at 3. Mm-hmm. You got Mavericks at 4. Mm-hmm. You got the Kings at 5. Mm-hmm. The Rockets at 6. Mm-hmm. Clippers at 7. Mm-hmm. Lakers at 8. Mm-hmm. Pelicans at 9. Mm-hmm. Then 10 is the Suns, and 10 and 11 is the Warriors.
I think,
and we talking about the Grizzlies is down to 14.
I think the Suns, once KD gets better, is gonna make a run. I think that the Clippers, they're doing good right now. I think the Clippers gonna start falling off when it gets later in the season. I think the Lakers are gonna just maintain. The Lakers are gonna barely make it in. They're gonna have to win in the play-in. But there's no it ain't like the East where the East is locked. You know who the fuck going in the East. The East is on the lock.
Yeah, I don't think Ja. I think Ja is, before all this. He was he was about to be my favorite player because I was liking the way he played, and I don't think he's going to be a big enough impact to secure legitimately secure a playoff spot. Mm-hmm. Now, I give him the probability to get this team to the play-in tournament, which would be spot 7 through 11. Mm-hmm. Is it 7 through 11 or is it 7 through 10?
I think it's 7 through
whichever one it is.
10, I think it is, but go ahead.
Yeah, so I believe they'll get him. He'll be able to get him there, if anything. Not saying it's a guarantee. It's not a guarantee. But I give him a shot to get him there. But 6 and above, I don't see him being that much of a difference to get their team there. Because they 6 and 18 right now. And you said how many more games it is before you come back?
13.
13 more games. So we got 13 whole fucking games. We already 6 and 18. And you talking about another 13 games.
But it's 82 games.
But potentially it'll put us probably further in the hole because they 4 games. No, they are 7 games behind the 10th seed right now.
So
which is doable. I'm not going to say it's impossible. It's doable. But is it still going to be doable in 13 games? That's the question.
Right, so let me ask you this question. We both come from different situations. You come from like a Ja Morant type situation, right? What is it? Because I don't understand. I just don't understand. I'm from the hood. I was trying to get out the hood. I don't understand why people who are not from the hood. The streets in the hood is two totally different things. I don't understand why people who are not from the hood is trying to get back in the hood. Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, you're a multi-millionaire. You up. Why are you doing these antics? You're not cripping. Stop it. You're not neighborhood. Stop it. So why are you throwing up these motherfuckers? Why you twisting your fingers and doing all this unnecessary shit when you're not from there, firstly? And why are you trying to portray something that you're not? I mean, to me, it doesn't make sense. And if I'm his homies, I'm gonna tell him, G, calm down. What are you doing? You fucking up the money.
See, the thing is, when you a person that didn't grow up in the hood, right? And you have the type of music you listen to, right?
Mm-hmm.
It kind of, and you watching these music videos, whatever, it kind of get glorified a little bit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, see, that's something that you mostly can't control. It's like the shit that, for right now, you can't really control the shit that, you take in and the music that you get attracted to, or whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
See, me, I feel a glorification of that life.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't have any inkling to try to mimic or live that life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cool where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
And I never had any fucking feelings that man, I want to do this street shit. I know I'm not from the streets. I didn't grow up in I grew up in hoods, but not like that though.
Mm-hmm.
So it never really was a thing to me. And plus, on top of that, I didn't have people in my life as far as growing up that was part of that life.
Mm-hmm.
Like my parents wasn't. My cousin, none of my family really was. Like don't get me wrong, we wasn't angels or nothing, but we wasn't like that.
Mm-hmm.
So when you take a person like that grew up in probably rural South or like in a suburb or whatever the case may be, and you got this city street life, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you have somebody probably like your dad, right? Say like if your dad got a reputation.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know of your dad's reputation like that, right? Because when you was born or at a certain point in your life, he moved y'all out of the city into the suburbs. So you don't have the same experience he got, but you know of his experiences, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you look up to this guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what you gonna do? You're gonna try to mimic this guy. Because you heard of his reputation, probably not even from your dad. You probably heard it from others.
Mm-hmm.
And you look up to this guy. This is your dad. This is your fucking hero, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you heard he was a motherfucker in the street busting people's heads, doing this, that, and the third, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now you feel like I gotta live up because now it's like this your hero, and this is a legacy that you feel like you got to carry on, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you try to act that shit out, and you got to understand, like your dad is your dad, and you is you. Like my dad is a whole engineer for a building. Yes, I do pick up some things from him, but what he does is not what I try to do, right? And you gotta understand the difference between the two. Like I don't know what Ja Morant dad past is, but it's something that Ja Morant trying to mimic from somebody he look up at to. And I'm not trying to say it's his dad or whoever it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that he took a liking to that he's trying to mimic.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically how when you don't grow up in that life and you trying to be in that life, that's how that shit happens. So you looking up to somebody or something or some image
mm-hmm.
that you trying to portray and feel and make you try to solidify you in some kind of way. Where you got to understand, like, see me, I don't like guns in my face, so I know I couldn't do that shit. So
I stayed away from it.
Nobody does, but it happens.
Yeah, I don't want to be arrested. I don't want to go to jail. I don't want none of that. So I stay away from all that shit. I stay in my lane. I stay in where I'm comfortable at. But yeah, I just feel like maybe it's something that I don't know. And then some people it's just, some things just doesn't connect all the way in their head. So not to call a man crazy or anything, but I'm just saying in general, maybe some people are just born that way. But I feel like it's a small minute of people. But still, if you're not in that life and you never been in that life, try not to get in that. Try to stay out of that life, especially the older you get.
I think they need to take Ja to Slosh. Take him to Slauson. Take him over there on Normandy and Western. Take him over there to Cali. Let him see where that shit came from. Because, like, a lot of people don't understand, and this ain't me glorifying anything when it comes to gangbanging. Motherfuckers don't lost people over that shit. Like, motherfuckers don't bled over that shit. Motherfuckers don't did shit for that shit. I'm not saying it's right or it's wrong. It's the opportunities that was brought up in the situation that people are in. He needs to understand that. He needs to go, Big U, one of the OGs, need to pull him to the side. I wish Nip was still living. Somebody like that need to grab him and say, come here, bro. Let me show you some shit. And then let me talk to you when we done. This is what the fuck's happening. Now, if you want to help the hood, hey, you could donate, you can do this, you can do that. But what you're doing, you're fucking your reputation up. And you only gonna get so many times to do this. Right now, he's going through a lawsuit with that kid that he punched. I don't think the kid gonna win the lawsuit, but that's just showing that, hey, you're building. Going back to Draymond Green, you're building a motherfucking a history of this shit. It's like when you on the streets, they look at your history. When you take your ass to motherfucking court, the judge is looking like, man, you done been here a lot. Like, I'm looking at your rap sheet. I'm looking at your report card. You in and out this motherfucker. And you're going to be judged and condemned off of shit that you've done in your past, even if you outgrew it. That's why I think a lot of these little homies understand. You're going to be judged for stuff that you've done. And you're not thinking about the future, you're thinking about the present. But he's in a situation where you can think about the future. You don't have to worry about the past. You can live in the present, but you can plan for the future. He's not living day to day. He's not out there trying to hit a lick and come up on some money. He ain't worried about rent. You got all this stuff, bro. You got to, if your father can't tell you something, which he should be able to, his father's his friend. I think that's his biggest problem. If your father can't sit there and pull you to the side, your father need to go get one of the OGs that you respect. Oh, here go Snoop Dogg. You want to talk to rappers? Here go Snoop Dogg. Oh, you want to talk to motherfuckers in the street? Yo, here go Crip Mac. Here go fucking what's my man name? Here go Big U. We gonna get an OG. Oh, you want to talk to people? Oh, here go just introduce them. Here go the game. You talk to the game. Even though you saying you Cripman, they can still talk that shit to you, man. They can still tell you what's going on, man. You got to get there with somebody who can tell you what it's like to be out there in the field, because nobody likes to be shot at. I can tell you that from personal experience. Nobody likes to be shot at. But you got to understand, you in Memphis, and Memphis is not a pushover. Memphis is a gangster city.
Exactly.
And you showing that gun and motherfucker come trying to get a lick, they gonna pop off. You see what they did to Young Dolph. So you gotta move better, move smarter, move wiser. You're in a situation where you can help. You in Memphis, I tell you what, you in Memphis, donate. Start a charity. I did like what he was doing. He was bringing like young up-and-coming basketball players to his house, and they was playing games. And he had some of his homies, from the team, and they was playing games. I like that. I understand they got into a fight. And the fight, first of all, if you Ja Morant, and no matter what he said, homie, hit him in the face with the ball and squared up. At that point, I just would have told security, I'd be like, yo, man, what is wrong with you? I'd have had tried to talk to him, but yo, G, what's wrong with you? What's up, man? What's happening? This is how you play ball, man. This is how you going to play in the NBA. You got to toughen up. And if he couldn't hear that, then I'm going to tell security to remove him from this situation. But the shit that he's doing when you at strip clubs with guns and you on live with guns and you showing it, look, I don't show anything that I have for good reason. You don't have to know it's on me.
It's for protection, not for show.
I don't have to use it. I don't plan on using it. I don't plan on running up on somebody. But the point is, you're not gonna know what I got on me. What's the purpose of you sitting here flashing shit? So now motherfuckers know it's on you. Man, a robbery could turn to a 187 real quick. You motherfucker got to start thinking about that. And I think that dude, I think he gonna be all right, man. I think that he has had the type of punishment and that I ain't gonna say he deserved because he didn't really hurt nobody, but I think he has the type of punishment where he can learn now. And it's not illegal to have guns. That ain't what they suspended him for.
The point.
They suspended him because he had guns during NBA functions. That is what he got suspended for. Everybody in the 90s had guns in the NBA. They wasn't waving them motherfuckers around though.
Exactly.
Like if it's off season and you want to go out and shoot and you want to show them video like, yeah, man, I'm out here doing my thing, Baba, that's one thing. But if you're in the middle of the fucking season, you in fucking Utah playing a game and you in a strip club with the bang on you, come on, bro. How does that look? The optics, man. It goes back to the optics.
Crazy, man. Yeah. They be like, you gotta understand, man, that gun on you is for protection, not for show. This ain't a piece of jewelry. It ain't a fucking fashionable item that you have on you. It's for protection, and it should be handled as such.
Yeah. All right, well, I think I'm done. Hold on, before I'm done, though, if you are a gun owner and you're African-American, join the Huey P. Newton Gun Club. I'm just saying, it's a great gun club. Teach you safety, teach you how to clean your gun, how to work your gun, how to legally get your concealed carry. It teaches you the right way of owning a gun. Be responsible. That's my plug. They're not paying for this. I'm just giving y'all a plug as to what you should be a part of. If you wanna go that route and you wanna actually learn how to properly be a gun owner.
Say word.
Yeah. You got anything before we get out of here?
I mean, I'm good. Fuck that World Cup, that in season bullshit, whatever the fuck it's called. Like, fuck that shit. Fuck the metal around your neck. Fuck that bullshit ass banner you put up. Fuck that fucking stupid looking ass trophy that you trying to act like it's a achievement or whatever.
We gonna talk about that next episode. That's gonna be a big part of the next episode.
That in season tournament.
And if you're watching, you've already saw the video that we dropped about Kobe's feelings about raising banners. We're gonna get on that next episode because there was so much to get on right now that's happening currently. That's crazy.
Exactly. Fuck mediocrity. Fuck celebrate mediocrity. If you're mediocre, it's fine. We're just not gonna celebrate you.
Shit, that's the way to close. I ain't got no words after that. All right, y'all, man. Welcome to the Ledge Media, baby. It's the Ledge Media channel right here on YouTube, baby. Welcome to that. We appreciate y'all, man. We need to get on. We're gonna do a Spotify. We're gonna get on Spotify soon. We appreciate y'all, though. Make
sure you like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe, man. We're on Facebook. We're on IG. We here. We're gonna get on Spotify in a second. We definitely gonna do some Spotify shit. But definitely, I see the thumbs up. Definitely like, subscribe, and drop some comments, man. We read all comments. Drop comments. Let us know what you think about this. Our takes on sports.
Yeah, I mean, we open for a conversation. So just let us know what you think. Let us know if you disagree with some of the shit we said. Just go ahead and leave that comment down there.
And who knows? We might pull you on the show. We might pull you on the show to have a debate with us. We don't know. You don't know. You never know.
All right. Till next time, Michael Jordan is the GOAT, and we'll see you later.
We out.